That's the way to do it. My name's Dan Langile. I'm the founder of PGCon, and I first started using Postgres when I was doing a website, and I came from the world of DB2 and Sybase, SQL-base, and I was looking for normal things like stored procedures and relational integrity and foreign keys. I was developing a website called Fresh Ports, which might have, I guess, 2 or 3 million web pages, I don't know. And I didn't have those things when I was using the database I was first introduced to in the world of open source, which we won't name. And so someone said, try Postgres. And I said, oh my God, this is just a grown-up database. Let me use that. And a few years after that, I started up this conference. Before that, I was running a conference called BSDCan, which was just last week. How many people were at BSDCan? That's more than I thought. Okay. What would happen if BSDCan and PGCon weren't in the same week, like they were about 3 weeks apart? Would you four still go? You do. All right. That might happen, I'm not sure. It's just having 2 conferences week after week is okay for me, but it's still hard to find a 2-week period where there's no major holidays. Anyway, on to the next thing. Welcome to Ottawa. Who's never been to Ottawa before? Okay, I have those same hands. Have you ever been to PGCon before? Sorry. Okay, how many have been to every PGCon? I've been to everyone. How many have only missed one? 2. All right. So we're not going to do a lot in this session. It's just more or less a starting point for your day. Give you a little rundown on what's going to happen and what's going to be where. And of course, to thank the people that allow us to be here, which is our sponsors. We wouldn't be able to do PGCon as it exists today without the help of the sponsors. If you have any dealings with these people, please mention to them that you went to PGCon and how much you loved it and how much you appreciated the fact that they're sponsoring it, because that does mean a lot to them and it means a lot to me, which in turn means a lot to you. EDB has been with us for a long time. Fujitsu has been with us several years. Salesforce is a sponsor of the Unconference. How many of you went to the Unconference yesterday? Yeah, that's a lot. NTT has been with us for several years. Crunchy Data, I think this is their 2nd or 3rd year. SRA OSS has been with us many years. Is it Kalobi? Is that the correct pronunciation? Sorry. Kilo? I said Kilo? They said Kilo, okay. PG Experts have been several years. Stacy on the registration desk, she's from PG Experts. Citus Data, your lanyard sponsor, they've been with us several years, same as Second Quadrant. They've been around for a while. Huawei? Huawei. So many of you knew how to pronounce that, and I didn't. I'm sorry. And PostgreSQLConsulting.com, and one company that's not on here, I apologize, Postgres Professionals from Oleg. Oleg, where's Oleg? Okay, I'll get that put into the next, to the closing slides. Most of you see me doing stuff around the conference, but it's these people, I'm in there too, but it's these people that wind up doing all the really hard work of deciding who it is you're going to hear when you come to the conferences. And that's not as easy as it sounds. Selecting a good program that people are going to be interested in and not fall asleep in is a difficult task. And I'm glad that I don't have to do it all by myself, because I wouldn't be able to do it. I just want to say thank you very much to these people, because once the selection is done, there's a lot of work that has to be done as well. Adam Thompson, is he here? Is Adam here? Adam started helping out with BSG-CAN, and then I asked him if he wanted to help with PGCon. And he's the one that updates the website and gets in touch with the hotels and makes the deals with them. Jennifer Russell, how many of the speakers know who Jennifer Russell is? She's the one that got in touch with you and arranged travel and accommodation if you wanted it. And Stacy, she's the one that runs the registration desk so that I can come in here and talk to you guys, and just saves me a whole lot of time so I can do other things. And how many here have been carrying boxes for me already this year? Yeah, thank you. It's much appreciated. And the people that put together the registration packs too, thank you. All right, today we're going to have lunch at 11:45. It's going to be out in the hallway where you saw the coffee and stuff. Lounge around. There's going to be all kinds of talking going on. The hallway track at PGCon is very important. We purposely put the long breaks in between the talks so that you can talk to the people that have been in the talk, that you meet. There's a lot of things in common that people start discussing, and many projects get started at PGCon during the hallway tracks. There'll be coffee all morning. There'll be coffee again later on this afternoon, and tomorrow morning from about 9 o'clock in the hallway. We start later tomorrow. Don't show up as early today as you did tomorrow. You know what I mean. Let me have some coffee. Okay. Very simple points of order. There's a party tonight. It's at a place called LPP. Last year, this same place was known as Johnny McBeauty's. So if you went to the party last year, it's in the same place. It's at 130 George Street tonight from 6 to 9. It's hosted by Enterprise DB. I'm told that they'll be distributing some drink tickets as you arrive. If you don't know how to get there, look at the map on our website. It identifies where it is, but it's on George Street, which is only about a 10-minute walk down this way. Now, if you want to submit a talk to PGCon next year and you're not sure of what to put in the submission, look at our schedule. That's what a submission looks like for getting accepted. And if you're not sure, get in touch with us, info@pgcon.org, because we're always looking for new people who have never submitted before. It's not that hard. Feedback is important so we know who you want to hear next year. So if you go to an event, such as the one you're in now, go to the bottom and give the feedback. Basically, it's important to tell us if you really like them or if you really didn't like them, because if there's a problem or it's great, we want to hear about both, especially those two extremes. Any questions at the point? Anything at all? Anybody have any horror stories about getting into the country?
So, if anyone was in Chicago on Monday for those flights that were going out, they, at least, I don't know, United did, I don't know about anyone else, but they canceled all flights in and out of Chicago after about 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So, me and a bunch of other people were pretty much bumped all the way till Wednesday after that.
We can help you once you get here, but we are, as much as I try, the airlines are not listening to me. Apple listened and they moved their big conference away from us. So did Google I/O. They paid attention and moved, but I have yet to assert my influence over the airlines.
I was there too.
You were where?
I was in the same Chicago mess.
But sometimes people have trouble getting past the customs agent. They get a lot of odd questions, stuff like that. If anyone has trouble like that on a regular basis, email us. Sometimes a letter of invitation helps. Bribes never help. Don't it's a bad idea. Don't bribe. No. But a letter of invitation can help. All right. Now, that's about all I have. Sorry?
I was going to say, just a quick reminder, the Schemaverse does exist and is quite fun. It's a space battle game that you play with SQL. If anyone's looking forward to learning how to play that, I'm going to give a quick tutorial over lunch. in 1160, which might be this room. I don't remember.
It's this room.
So
It's this room.
here. So come here. I'm going to make one of you actually play, if not two of you, and I'll show how that's done.
I think
A little bit different format. This year it's a 1v1 battle instead of everyone versus Chris Brown.
Yeah. And if memory serves, Chris won by an awful lot of points last year,
Won
didn't
by a
he?
couple points. I think all the points.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, so Chris plays very legitimately. You can cheat in this game. I am a horrible programmer. There are ways.
But Chris doesn't
Ways
cheat.
to win.
Chris doesn't cheat, yeah.
Of course not.
I think the goal this year is to make sure Chris does not win. There's nothing in the rules that say that. Yeah. There's nothing in the rules that say you cannot gang up on Chris. Teams are, all of you log in as the same user and all of you accumulate the points under one user. Will it work that way?
It's worth a try.
Yeah. So.
Josh Burkus has created the trophy for this year, which is pretty awesome looking. So it's a pretty serious prize.
We should have a Chris trophy and a second place.
It was suggested that we have a Chris trophy and then a second place trophy.
I only wanted to bring one check bag, sorry.
Yeah. The closing session, if you've never been to PGCon, the closing session also includes a charity auction. We have random items up for sale. I believe the record was $40 for a regular ballpoint pen. One year, didn't I sell an empty plastic bag for an extraordinary amount of...
Great bag, though.
That it was. It was a great bag.
The real record is we're still not going to beat the $3,000 sweatshirt.
Yeah, we sold a t-shirt, a sweatshirt signed by various members of CORE. Or was
Yeah,
it just?
a whole bunch of
Yeah,
commitments.
and it sold for $3,000. Now we have items that are actually affordable. I think that was bought by a conglomerate of people, and we haven't seen the sweatshirt since. One of the big items that'll be sold this year, if you're on social media, you would have seen a photograph of it's not CORE, it was a developer meeting. It was a black and white photo, they're all standing, that has been printed out into a big poster type size. I believe all the people in the photograph are going to sign it. This may be news to the people in the photograph. But they're going to be asked to sign, and that'll be up for auction. And I think that may wind up being the big ticket number for this year. I called it a charity auction. It is a charity auction. If you walk down this street, on the right-hand side, you'll see the Ottawa Mission. All proceeds from the charity auction go to the Ottawa Mission. They use it for food, drug rehab, various things to help the homeless. And quite literally, they're 2 blocks this way. Any questions about anything? Life, the scheme-averse, and everything? Going once? Question?
We have Wi-Fi access.
Yes. Wi-Fi access, GU Ottawa. There is no password. It should just work. If it doesn't work, come and see me because we can get it fixed.
If it doesn't work, one problem that I and others had is if you have your own DNS servers that you point to, it won't like you, and you need to use the DHCP DNS servers.
Everybody hear that? If you can get an IP address but can't resolve anything, use their DNS servers, not your own DNS servers. I hadn't encountered that, but I don't use my own DNS. I found, if you want to get really technical, I found some Wi-Fi access points that you can associate with, but you can't really get anywhere, but you can get out through UDP. So if you have an open VPN tunnel which does UDP, you can actually, everything will actually work if you tunnel everything out through the VPN. But that may be cheating. Okay, one more question.
Can we all give him a round of applause for leading the charge?
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you still think that way at the end of tomorrow. Now, that is about it. So the next talks start at 10 in the various rooms around. We don't have any schedules printed out at the moment. It's all online. We're going to get something printed out and we're going to put it up on the pillar next to the registration desk if you don't have any Wi-Fi access whatsoever. So with that, on to the talks. Thank you very much.